the Gestapo, the Third Reich, Hitler, concentration camps, millions of people being unalived on a mass basis, women, children being unalived, and the Gestapo laughing about it, giving each other high fives. Sound familiar? We're reliving that shit right now. And we asked back then, when we learned about this, how the hell could that happen? The question is even bigger now than it was back then, because back then they didn't have social media. Back then, they felt, according to my mother, a lot of them felt that if they didn't agree with what the mass people were agreeing with and bowing to, that they themselves would be unalived. And they would have been. I know this because I lost both sets of grandparents to the concentration camp right there in Germany. They performed ungodly experiments on my mother and my aunt, her younger sister. She remembered it her entire life, never forgot about it. Night terrors. Never did she ever shake.
So before I let this keep going, first and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, the honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach 100% truth. Shalom to the 144,000. To the elect, it's your brother Ra'aya, back with another one. And this Edomite talking about concentration camps and all this other shit, referring to Amalek. He's referring to Amalek and what's the name of that? I don't even want to call it a Holocaust, because that's not even what that is. That's Edomite on Edomite crime. That's what that is. A Holocaust is something that you Edomites did to us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. A Holocaust is almost complete and utter genocide of our Native American, so-called Native American people. And you taking us and putting us on slave ships and bringing us over here to a land we know nothing of. And then when you proceeded to torture us and do all this other stuff, along with the Hispanics and all that as well, so-called Hispanics. But you proceeded to torture us and do all this shit to us and all that, right? That's a Holocaust. He's speaking on things that, he actually dealing with his own people's bullshit. And he's mad, truly, he's mad at his own people. So let's get this. Right, because you need to be complaining to your own people, we saw. Like 25, I believe, right? 26. So this is Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, here's the point, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Like, so how, Esau, do you expect your kingdom or whatever, you complaining about your own people, you casting out your own people, you putting your own people on blast. All right? You're divided against your own self. So clearly, look, we see these instances of Esau, Edom being against his own.
The depression of losing her parents and her sister, becoming an orphan.
Because Amalekite, all of this that was going on with Germany, and how do I say, the small hats, right? That was all Edomite on Edomite crime, so-called white on so-called white crime. You know what I mean? And this is something that you all did to your own people, let alone the same, because look, earlier in the video he was saying that, doesn't this sound familiar, like what we're going through now with the having concentration camps and all this other stuff. He's trying to compare this to that, and it's like, nah, what they're gonna do in this time is gonna be way worse than that little bullshit y'all went through, right? It's about to be way worse. It's about to be like a time never seen before and never will happen again after it. So don't,
being released out of the concentration camp and having nowhere to go, no one to go to. My mother became an only
well, you can thank your own people for that.
child and an orphan. It didn't stop her. The human soul, you can't stop. But what it does to you mentally and emotionally will haunt you forever.
So what about us? Does what y'all done to us haunt you? It probably does, though. That's probably why y'all be all in Jake business and be worried about if Jake get ahead and all that. Because if Jake get ahead, if you let Jake get an inch, he'll take a mile, right? So maybe they are kind of, guilty conscious out. And that's probably why they be trying to keep Jake down, because they know they like, we done did all this shit to these people, and to this day we still ain't taking no accountability for the atrocities we have committed against these people. But yet he wants sympathy and empathy on what his own people has done to itself, to their own. Like, fuck out of here, man.
Just like it's going to haunt these people who have been corrupt.
It can't haunt him too much. It can't haunt Esau Edom too much on what he did to us, because he's still doing this shit. And he about to come down with great wrath, because he know he got but a little time left. Right? Let me grab that. Hopefully this recording don't go off. But let me grab that. Where is it at? Revelation chapter 12. Right? Therefore rejoice ye, heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So let's play yours.
Riled up, taken to places, deported, and all this other shit that they're doing to these people who've done nothing wrong but try to survive in this country. This once wonderful country, because I'm no longer proud to be an American. We used to be a country people looked up to. No more.
But you're being exposed, though, right? You're being exposed. Hold on. So, this Isaiah chapter 47, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, aka America. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So how everybody was like, yeah, we love America. It's such a good place to go. We want to go there. We want to establish our lives and all. You know how the other heathen nation then came on over here and thought to live a better life and all this shit and all that. And it says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, right? Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And this is Yahushua, he's not going to meet them as how he met them as a man before. But speaking of the nakedness, Babylon the Great is being exposed, just like with them Epstein files. They're being exposed right now. Right? They're being completely and utterly exposed, and it's like that's why their own people ain't even proud to be a so-called American no more. Cause they looking at it like, man, I don't even want to be a part of this, because they see what type of wicked shit is popping off and what they've been doing, right? Right? So look, let's shoot down and let's go verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Because as the guy was just saying, the Edomite was saying that he's essentially saying war is about to come to this place, you know. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments, because you didn't finesse everybody and use your trickery and sorceries to finesse everybody into the bullshit, right? So because of that, you gonna lose, your children, and you gonna lose your men, all right? And your women. You're going to lose everybody, truly. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. He asked these Americans, these elite at that, they believed that didn't nobody see them when they was doing this foul shit. But now you see the Epstein files is coming out. All this shit is coming out about them. All right. So let me shoot back. I'm gonna play the rest of this. Hopefully the video don't cut off on us.
We're the laughing stock. We get boos right now at the Olympics.
But yeah, that's how we gonna look. We gonna be taunting when Babylon the Great go down. We gonna taunt y'all. We gonna be mocking y'all how y'all been mocking us and all that. It say make a taunt for the king of Babylon, saying how high and mighty and all that y'all was, but now look at you now. You know what I mean? Before you was all that in the bag of chips. Now you ain't shit.
America that they're booing. That's you that they're booing. That's not him. That's this entire country that they're booing. Because now that it's gone on this long, they just figure every American is okay with this. And it certainly looks that way. Yeah, we have people online saying, hey, we don't agree with this, we don't agree with this, please other countries don't look at us this way. Look at us this way, because we are allowing it to fucking happen. Yes, you are allowing this to happen if you don't do what you can to stop it. Oh, but I can't, I'm only one person. Bullshit.
It ain't nothing you can do about this, Esau. The Heavenly Father about to lift up your skirt and expose who the fuck y'all is. All these people in the other nations, they starting to truly see who Babylon the Great, who stole the children of Israel and stole and destroyed them. They starting to see who they truly is.
You know more than one person. Do you not? You guys with millions of fucking followers on this fucking app, YouTube and other places. Get out there. I don't give a damn if it's going to make you uncomfortable. Tell them fuck ice. Let everybody know we don't pander to this. We're not going to any longer. If you are legal and have a sidearm, wear it. I'm not calling for people to go out and start fights. Don't fucking do that. But
yeah, I was about to say, don't do no sedition now, Esau, because they'll get your ass, they'll lock your own people get you for that bullshit.
We have a right to protect ourselves and our families, our cities. And we can stand our fucking ground, because if these frozen motherfuckers are going to take us out anyway, we may as well protect ourselves. Now
you see why in that Isaiah, what was that? Yeah, that Isaiah 47, how when the heavenly, how in the scriptures it say that, in one day, widowhood and the loss of children and widowhood, all in one day. Like, you can see how, why and how it's gonna happen. Based on what he's saying, talking about some get your firearms out and be ready to stand your ground, and we can take back our country. Basically talking about taking back y'all about to be slaughtered by your own people.
Because that's the only way they're gonna learn their lesson. Because right now they're getting away with everything. They're not being held fucking responsible for shit. and they're able to do what they want to because they have the government on their side.
But this is the spirit of insurrection. Now, this is an older Edomite. All right? So, I ain't going to play the rest of this. I'm going to just let that go. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKakwadash. Shalom, y'all. On to the next.